Good morning, students of class 10. Welcome back to the online classes now. I hope you are going through the online portal every day. You should not miss your classes, otherwise you will find it very difficult later on to understand. So now here, in our previous class we have talked about the Civil Code of 1804 and various ideas and methods were implemented by Napoleon. His armies were welcomed to various countries such as Italy, Holland, Germany, Switzerland. By the people of those countries, the French armies were welcomed to liberate themselves from the despotic kings. But later on they found that they should not have welcomed them because the French armies occupied those regions. Now the Napoleon set various rules and regulations and implemented in those new areas where French armies occupied and went there and occupies those countries. In Switzerland, Italy, Germany, Holland, in those areas new laws, new measures were implemented which was already put into practice in France. So now we'll talk about Civil Code of Conduct and Napoleonic Code, that is also called Civil Code of 1804, not Conduct. Civil Code of 1804 is also called known by the name Napoleonic Code. So here Napoleon simplified what were the steps Napoleon took. Now here are number of steps we will learn. Napoleon simplified administrative division. He divided the country into different divisions and given the powers to the heads. So administrative divisions, that is, abolished the feudal system. Previously there were feudal systems. King was only for the namesake, and actually the ministers used to rule and they used to maintain army and collect tax, everything. That was feudal system. He abolished means remove. Napoleon abolished feudal system and freed peasants from serfdom. Serfdom means the peasants had to work in the house of the landlords, in the house of the big farmers, because they had taken some money previously by their forefathers, by their grandfather, by their fathers, and they could not repay, and one member of the family had to work in the landlord's house or in the minister's house. That is known as serfdom. So Napoleon abolished serfdom, work for the master, and manorial dues. Whatever dues people had taken, loans they have taken from the landlords, taken from the big farmers, from the ministers, these manorial dues were abolished, removed. So these changes he made, and the same thing applied to the new areas where French armies occupied. Now here in the towns he took other steps also. In the towns previously we have learnt that guilds, they control the market. We have learned. In the towns, guild restrictions were removed because the guilds, we know, we have learned in class 9 also, guilds never allowed the new traders to start trade in the towns, because in the town all the trade activities were controlled by the guilds. They were very powerful. So these guilds restrictions in the town were removed by Napoleon. That's another step. Transport and communication system were improved, and the previously transport and communication was not that perfect. Roads were not built properly, and communication system was also not proper. But now to run the country or rule the country efficiently, Napoleon constructed many roads, proper roads, communication systems were implemented, and to run the government efficiently. to transport or to move the armies from one area to another area efficiently. That's why transport and communication systems were improved, and it benefited the people also. Now here, these ideas were exported by French armies. These ideas were taken to new areas and new countries, as they were welcomed by the people of those countries to liberate themselves from the despotic kings. The French armies went there and took these ideas. These ideas were exported by French armies to Holland, Switzerland, Italy, Germany. These people from here, they invited French armies to help them liberate themselves from the despotic kings. But their idea of inviting French proved very harmful. Now here, peasants, artisans, peasants, artisans, people who work, such as mason, plumber, glazier, and these people who work, they are carpenters. Peasants, artisans, people who work. They are having various professions. Artisans, workers, and new businessmen. They enjoyed a newfound freedom. You see, they found a newfound freedom. They enjoyed, because now peasants can move from one area to another area. They do not have to pay the taxes if they are a trader. Artisans, they can work anywhere. They can go to any other place. Workers and new businessmen also. Previously, they find it very difficult. So they could not move from one region to another region. Movement were restricted. Now, these peasants, artisan, workers, and new businessmen found, or they enjoyed the newfound freedom. It was a freedom provided to them by Napoleon. And businessmen began to realize, the traders, merchants, and businessmen began to realize that uniform means equal, uniform laws, equal weights, the laws were equal for all. Napoleon provided equal laws to all the people. Previously, only the first class and second class enjoyed the privileges. Third class had to pay the taxes, and the equality was not there in previous society. But now businessmen began to realize that equal laws, equal weights and measurements, and common national currency. Previously there were various currencies, even weights and measurements were also not equal. Suppose if a person buys 1 kg of rice over here and he goes there to sell it, it becomes 750 grams, or somewhere it becomes 1.5 kg. That's not equal. So now uniform, equal laws, equal weights and measurements, equal currency, same currency would facilitate, will help the movement and exchange of goods and capital from one region to another region. That's why businessmen, they enjoyed the newfound freedom. Even workers, they really enjoyed, because they used to get equal payments. Artisans, they could work anywhere and got the equal payments. Peasants, so peasants, why they enjoyed newfound freedom? Because the manorial dues were removed, and serfdom was also abolished. So you can see that all the people were happy. They enjoyed the newfound freedom. Previously this type of freedom was not there. Now in the areas conquered by the French, such as you can see there, Holland, Switzerland, Italy, and Germany, these areas where French armies went there, the reaction of the local people of those countries were mixed. Previously they welcomed the French armies, but now they began to repent. They repented that they should not have called the French armies. Instead of getting ourselves free, we are suppressed, or we are occupied by French, and our country is taken by French. So taken over by French. So in this way, the reaction of the local people in various countries were mixed. Some really they liked and some people they opposed. Many of them opposed because they wanted freedom. But now, in the hope of getting freedom, they were chained, you can say that. They were chained under the French, under Napoleonic armies, Napoleon. So now we'll meet in the next class and continue our lesson. So that's all for today. Stay safe. Carry on your studies properly at home. Make good use of your time. Invest your time properly. Be serious and sincere, honest. So that's all for today. We'll meet in the next class. Thank you very much for watching. It's getting darker. It's raining.